Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. Amelie gets fairy dust. Bagel gets fairy dust. I like to think that they're off watching the Queen's Gambit together. Anyway, let's see. We're on the Codependency No More. Chapter 6. We're talking about being reactionary. And I really like what she said. So chapter 6, page 65, Codependent No More. I reacted to other people's feelings, behaviors, problems, and thoughts. I reacted to what they might be feeling, parentheses. One of the things codependents are really good at. So I reacted to what they might be thinking. Codependents, we're really good at taking the pulse in the room, and we're also, very cognizant of the eggshells. And so we're at all times trying to predict to avoid the shoe from falling, otherwise known as the explosion and the cycle of abuse. And so the reason we do, again, none of this shit is because we're bad people. It's because we have codependency. This is what it means to be codependent. And one of the things that we do as codependents that we actually have to heal is mind reading. Mind reading. Like we have to, the hard part about it is, the hardest part for me about stop mind reading and assuming is that we're actually good at it. Like a lot of times we're fucking right. Like, I feel like that person is, or, oh, they want to do this because of this reason. Like I'm already creating the story. Oh, they're saying this now because they don't want to do that thing with me. Or they're saying they're not having lunch with me because they decided I'm a piece of shit. Like this constant mind reading when actually they might have a headache or they got busy, but I'm trying to make sense of it. The mind reading is like our frontal lobe, like constantly creating stories so we can make sense of the world around us. And usually when we grow up in codependency, grow up in a toxic family system, we're wired for it. Like we're wired to make up these stories in order to survive. Okay, so mind reading. so that's what she means when she says, or that's what I think she means when she says, I reacted to what they might be feeling, might be thinking, or might be doing. I reacted to my own feelings, my own thoughts, and my own problems. So that would be an example of that would be like, I feel like I kind of rest today. Look, you're so fucking lazy. Like you don't, like you don't have time to rest. Like just without like processing, like, oh, let me look at my schedule without problem solving. There's no problem solving here at all. It's just constant reactions. Another thing that we can think of, like one of the things that codependency, any really dysfunctional kind of personality issue or addiction, whatever. It's just like we just want a shiny object. And for codependents, the shiny object is other people and their thoughts, feelings, actions, thoughts, thinking, the things that we might be, all the shit that we're making up. But it's like the shiny object. So it's like the shiny object. I'm tired. Oh, you're always tired. Like instead of problem solving, it's a shiny object to, get obsessed over. My strong points seem to be reacting to crisis. And here's the thing about being codependent. Sorry about this bra strap. It's cute though, right? Wait, hold on. There you go. Maybe I'll just leave it. Fashion. Always seem to be reacting to crisis. And to codependents, pretty much it's a crisis 24/7. If it's not one crisis, it's another. And it's no accident that you picked a job in which there's constant crises. Like if that's what you do, like there's a lot, our careers really, we have to like kind of look at them critically sometimes when we're in recovery. It's like, wait, did I pick this because I wanted it, or did I pick this because of my trauma response? codependency is a trauma response, it's fawning. And so it's like nurses, a lot of nurses, not all nurses, but a lot of nurses, you know, like I thought I'm a nurse. Like I thought I was made to be a nurse. I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing, you know? And so, and it's so funny in Pete Walker's book, which I'll be having my CPTSD book club classes soon. So the link will be in the description. It'll be this Saturday if you're watching this in July 10th is the first class, but all the classes are available recording, so you don't need to come to the actual live class. One of his little subcategories is super nurse, of a fawn, super nurse. So excuse me. So and it's no, you know, and it's like, you know, they're jobs where it's feast or famine, or just you know, just be kind of curious and interested. Like, is this job similar to how you've been responding to a toxic family system? You know, workplaces are just another kind of toxic system. We're just people from dysfunctional families getting jobs, you know, so but it's just a question of how dysfunctional or how toxic a workplace is. But it's just something to start paying attention to. And it's also something to be wondering about, like your coworkers. Anyway, so yeah, a job where there's crisis. Like I was once an event planner. Ooh, that's a lot of fires to put out. That's like constant, like, let me fix it. And yeah, it's a lot. So, bow down to event planners and bow down to nurses. I've had a lot of jobs. That's one of the things, like sometimes when CPTSD kids, we don't know ourselves. It's like, so like my resume is cuckoo times, but like if you narrowed it down, it would be like trauma response. That's the thing they all have in common. Fawning. All my jobs are fawning. Okay. I was also a flight attendant. That's like feast or famine. Like that's like busy, get the blah, 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 you know. So anyway, it's just interesting and fun to think about your job and the crises. She says she overreacted. There's a hidden panic bordering on hysteria. So that to me is the hypervigilance. So with a trauma response, codependency, I believe is a trauma response, aka fawning, there's a kind of hypervigilance, and that hypervigilance is like, again, it's always trying to find the shiny object. Like, what do I need to do? How do I need to solve this? Like, and also like there's a trope in the 12-step world, usually on the addict side, but it's for codependents for sure, is when normal people get a flat tire, they call AAA. When alcoholics or addicts or codependents have a flat tire, they call 911. Like everything's a fucking emergency. And you can see, again, the distinction. What's the distinction? Oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I can't believe this is happening to me. Why me? Of course this bad thing happened, blah, 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 blah. Versus, oh, I have a flat tire. Sometimes cars get flat tires. That's a thing that happens normally in life. If you have a car, you will eventually have a flat tire. The price of admission to having a car is to have a flat tire sometimes. Like that's the price of admission to that. And so it's like AAA is solving the problem. Oh, who can fix my tire? Or maybe I should learn how to fix, that's never happening, but you know what I mean. Like a problem solve would be, maybe I should learn how to change a tire. I can't even say it. So just notice, like, wow, like how it's 0 to 100 too. It's not like, oh, this thing's happening. Like I know it, like sometimes when there's like an emergency in my family, and not even an emergency, it's like something's going on. Oh God, and I can feel it. Even though I know I'm doing my personal growth work, I can feel the urgency. I can feel like I gotta get, you know, like there was a family member during the COVID times that had to go to the hospital. And the problem had already been solved. I can't go. Like they can't even have people come visit them or whatever. But I'm telling you, every cell of mine wanted to get in the car and start driving just start driving. Like it was so, like, it was just the feeling of being in it, being near it, having to, you know, like it just was overwhelming. And this is me. Oh my God. Wow. I'm a lot. Like, this is a lot. But it just shows, like, even in recovery, like, these things are, you know, old brain, animal brain, like these things, like our brain, for kids who grow up in, you know, dysfunctional family systems, toxic family systems, whether it's alcohol, some sort of addiction in the family's family tree or whatever. When we figure out a way to survive, and one of the ways to survive is to, like, oh God, we got to deal with this. The ship's going down, is a survival technique. Like, it is 100% survival. So when these things happen, our brain just shifts into, oh, we gotta survive. We gotta get off the boat. Like, what are we gonna do? And so part of our healing, and it's so fucking annoying, and do I want to do it? Absolutely not, is to pause and hold up, wait a minute. And even if you decided to do that from this moment forward, from now on, I'm going to take a pause when any shit goes down. You probably won't be fully able to do it for at least 2 months, even if you did it every day, all day for 2 months. Like, it's just so, it's new behavior, which that's a new neural pathway. Pausing is a new neural pathway. Like, we don't pause. We don't need to pause. It's got to be all hands on deck. And so emergency. That's just something to notice. And I think this is going to be a really rich chapter. And again, we'll you know, just notice. And so we can say in a way that, because I look at, for me, it's helpful to think of codependency as an addiction. It's definitely a trauma response, but it's like, I'm addicted to hypervigilance. I'm addicted to doing it in those old ways. I'm addicted to that. And so the response is like, so what is the recovery then? It's like, oh, and I'm not going to beat myself up for it. It's not my fault. Like, it's not my fault at all. And I want to change. I want to have more peace. I want to, this is what I actually want. I want to approach the actual real life problems in my life with clarity and sobriety. Like, that's what we want to do. I don't want to approach them with chaos and drama, which is the old me. So, and fixing it and solving it. And I'm the one responsible and blah, 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 blah. So pausing, you know, is a really good place to start. It's like, pausing, and then you can even ask yourself a few questions, maybe 3 questions. So like, hold on. Okay, so this thing has happened. Hold on. Is what I'm experiencing now my need to get on a plane, my need to get in a car, my need to get over there immediately? Is that problem solving, or is that codependency? And it's hard because, you know, if someone's actually in need of some assistance, I mean, it's so effortless for us to override any kind of problem solving, any kind of recovery, any kind of, forget self-interest. It's very, very difficult. So pausing is a great thing. So it's like, is this a trauma response? If it is a trauma response, what's going on with me? Let me check in with my body. Like, is this the hypervigilance? And then I want you to notice, like, how quick, 0 to 100, real quick, I'm already there. Is this 100 issue? Maybe it's 0 to 20. Maybe I should just be at a 20 instead of 100 immediately over a flat tire. So, but again, we just do all of this is self-love, self-kindness, understanding. And again, like, understanding it's not your fucking fault. Like, this is just our brain. Like, this is just our psyche. And let's carve out, because for me, recovery is about living my values, living in integrity, being a good person that I consider a good person, not what a toxic family system or a toxic you know, culture thinks is a good person. Like, I'm still gonna live my values. That's what I actually want to be doing. Do I need to do it crazy and in chaos? No. So that's what I'm trying to go for. And actually what I have found, it's actually more fucking, when any of my kids call me and they've had an issue, like an emergency, they know not to call me. Because that is one area where I freak the fuck out. And according to reports, I am mean. Because it's so I'm panicked. Like, why are you yelling at me? I'm not yelling. Where are you? What's happening? Like, and it's not helpful. The 0 to 100 is not actually helpful. That's not how you want to greet somebody who's in a fucking crisis, is with more crisis. You want to greet somebody, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to figure this out. Like, like, let's do this. We got this. Also, that sounds kind of cold too, but again, that's the best I can do right now. Oh my God. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye.